Now there's lots more to come on Look East, including the latest in our series called Living Longer. Tonight, the opportunities offered by volunteering.
Now, if you are 10 or 11 years old, what would you ask a war veteran? Find out later. And it's getting colder.
Yes, if you're out and about tonight, you'll need to wrap up warm. We're in for a cold one and a wet and very windy day tomorrow. I'll have all the details later.
About 80 homes at Bungay in Suffolk have been without their phones for 2 months. They've been unable to make calls or log on to the internet. At least one business says it's losing money because of the fault.
80 houses on one street in Bungay, with one thing in common. For the last 2 months, they've had no phone line or access to the internet. And number 22, Tony Node, is trying to run a property maintenance business, but it's proving difficult without the help of modern technology.
Definitely lost work. All our invoicing is done online, we pay our contractors online, all our banking's done online, and it's just inconveniences everyone all round, really.
It's a similar story for the rest of the street, with residents of all ages adapting to life without a landline, many using their mobiles, but it's not a cheap option.
My mum's been in hospital and everything, so I'm having to put like £20 on every 4 days to ring her. It's just been really inconvenient, it really has.
It's made it pretty hard to talk to people, and my mates, yeah, they live far away, so, you know, it's hard.
Really sick of her. I'm having to run up my daughter's half a mile or down to town, the phone box a mile.
In a statement, BT told us, we found an underground cable in the area that was faulty after water got into it. We've been on site and discovered 100 metres of blockaging and broken ducting, which means a straight cable replacement just isn't possible. They go on to say they'd like to apologise to those affected and hope to complete the repairs by Friday. The residents of Joyce Road will have to wait and see what happens, but until then it's up to BT to make the phones ring once more. Catherine Nash, BBC Look East, Bungay.
The body of a woman has been found by emergency services in Essex. The woman, thought to be in her 50s, was discovered at a house in Holland-on-Sea near Clacton. Neighbours were first told to close their windows and stay indoors in case chemicals had been involved, but were given the all clear. 2 people who died in a road collision in Norfolk on Sunday have been named. The crash happened at a crossroads close to the village of Garbaldersham near Thetford. 48-year-old Jennifer Malloy from Carbrook near Wotton and 22-year-old Daniel Gemmell, also from Carbrook, both died at the scene. Police are appealing for witnesses.
The Euro MP David Campbell Bannerman has not been reappointed as deputy leader of the UK Independence Party. It follows a bitter campaign for the leadership, which was won last week by Nigel Farage.
David Campbell Bannerman is back in Brussels this week. For the first time in 4 years, no longer deputy leader of his party. But he's trying to put a brave face on his demotion and his failed election campaign.
I think a lot of my arguments were taken on board and will be taken on board. You know, Nigel has my loyalty. He's a very good, charismatic leader, let's be honest, and I always wanted him as part of my team, no doubt. But I think those arguments will go on, and I do think we will become more credible and more serious as a political force.
This was a leadership battle about the future direction of UKIP. Mr Campbell Bannerman wanted the party to be more serious, relying less on soundbites and gimmicks. But that was seen as criticism of Nigel Farage, the man who went on to win. So in a sense, it's no surprise that he hasn't reappointed his rival. Instead, the new leader is looking to Mr Campbell Bannerman to prove his loyalty.
I've said to David, go back, do a good job in Eastern Region, but above all, try and help me do the one thing that we need more than anything else. We have got to raise substantial money.
Are you punishing him for standing against you?
No, look, it's a free world. We had 1 or 2 disagreements during the leadership election campaign, but we're both on the same side.
Privately, there's a lot of anger among supporters of Nigel Farage that Mr Campbell Bannerman ever dared stand for the leadership. So the Eastern MEP is out in the cold for now, but probably not for long. He's highly regarded as a strategist, and the new party leader needs people like him. Andrew Sinclair, BBC Look East, Brussels.
In the football last night, Southend lost 1-0 in the Johnstone's Paint Trophy. In the Championship, Norwich were at Millwall. David Fox, a former trainee at Manchester United, opened the scoring, but the game finished 1-1 after a late equaliser. Norwich now 5th. Ipswich were at home to Derby County. Derby took the lead and went on to win by 2-0. It means Ipswich dropped to 7th, Norwich moving into the playoff places ahead of them. It's the first time Derby have beaten Ipswich in the league for 8 years.
Children in Norfolk are staging their very own mini opera with some help from the professionals. Opera stars from Glyndebourne are performing at the Theatre Royal in Norwich, and they've gone into primary schools to put together a special version of Cinderella.
It's day 2 of rehearsals at ACLE St Edmund Primary. Class 5MC are working hard on their mini opera production of Cinderella.
Taking part of it, it's really fun doing the acting.
My favourite thing is just like to sing.
I like the singing.
You get to do different things in it.
The pupils are using music from the 19th century Italian composer Giacomo Rossini. His first production of Cinderella was first performed in Rome in 1817.
Opera sadly has this tag of being elitist, and it really just shows that this music is for everybody, and the children, they hear the music of Rossini and they sing some of the Italian from the opera, they sing some of the tunes from the opera, but they've created their own lyrics and their own versions of a Cinderella story. Una volta c'era un re.
Altogether, 3 schools from Norfolk are taking part in this project, which is run by Norwich Theatre Royal.
Twice a year we work with schools across Norfolk, putting together essentially an opera from scratch. The idea is to enhance children's understanding of theatre, teaching them some acting skills and teaching them about working in a team.
For most of these pupils, it's their first taste of opera, and they've got a few more rehearsals before the curtain goes up at the Theatre Royal in Norwich on Sunday. Dawn Gerber, BBC Look East, Norfolk.
You're watching Look East from the BBC. Coming up, a history lesson comes to life.